Finally, a LEGO set featuring the real heroes of the Star Wars, Clone Troopers.
Hey.
Yes, these guys are better soldiers, have better aim, and definitely have better looking armor than a boring old regular stormtrooper.
Now you're just trying to make me mad.
Hello all, I'm Josh, this is Josh Builds Stuff, and today we are talking about a set that many LEGO fans are very excited about. This is the LEGO Star Wars 501st Legion Clone Troopers set. This set just came out at the end of August in 2020, contains 285 pieces, is suitable for ages 7+, and costs $30. For those unfamiliar, this set is the 501st Battle Pack, as it's colloquially known among LEGO fans, and has been very much requested by LEGO fans for a very long time. And my favorite part about this set is that it shows that LEGO is listening, and if fans kick and scream for long enough, we might just get what we want. And while LEGO's listening, I think it's time to turn their attention to the real set that all of us fans want, a large-scale, detailed version of the Nautilus from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So if I make enough of a fuss, and if you join me in making enough of a fuss, all of my 700 subscribers and 150 some people that will watch this video, we can make a difference and finally get the set that we all, which is really just me all, really want. Seriously though, I'll start off by saying this, I like the Clone Wars a lot, and I am excited about this set and the figures within, but I am not excited as some LEGO fans may have been. For those wondering, I was able to buy this set from LEGO.com on the day it was released because I was sure it was going to be very hard to find in stores. Some people like myself are probably more excited for the couple of little vehicles that come with this set, but I think the vast majority of people buying one or many versions of this set is because they want to build an army of clone troopers. And for that reason, I think it will be very hard to find on store shelves, at least for some time. But if you're watching this video like 6 months after this set came out, you'll probably have no problem finding this set online. And also, if you are 6 months in the future, I hope you've figured out this whole coronavirus thing, and this whole election thing here in America, and you're allowed to leave your house again, and get haircuts again. And if you are, leave a comment down below and let me know how the new beautiful world is. But enough about me, let's take a closer look at this set, and I'll give you some of my opinions about the details, the minifigures, and of course, the build. So as we take a closer look at this set, you can see that we get 4 clone troopers, 2 battle droids, and 2 vehicles. Let's talk about those vehicles first. This is the BARC speeder, or BARC speeder. I think we see a bunch of these throughout the Clone Wars animated series, and honestly I think this vehicle looks pretty good. I don't actually know what BARC speeder stands for, but you know, it's got a bunch of these little ski looking pieces, it's got 2 stud shooters up front, and I actually really like this handlebar design for the clone to hold on to. I think it actually looks and fits pretty well with him. There's a couple of blasters hanging off the side here. I don't know if those are supposed to be built-in guns on the speeder itself, or if those are supposed to be extra storage for guns. My assumption is that they're built into the speeder, but I'm not really sure. Only thing I don't like about this vehicle is that it's mostly just squared all the way down, and then has a couple of protruding bits off the front and sides, and also it seems to sit like really flat against the floor when you put it down. And maybe that's just true to the design of the speeder, and maybe I don't like BARC speeders themselves instead of not liking LEGO's rendition of them. But in any case, I'm not familiar enough to give a super educated opinion, so my high-level opinion on this little speeder bike is that it's pretty good. But I really wish it was a classic speeder bike from the Return of the Jedi. Next up is the AT-RT Walker. Again, I didn't bother looking up what that stands for either, but if you know, you can tell me in the comments down below. I think this little walker looks pretty good. This is supposed to be that little single man walker, so it's supposed to be smaller than an AT-ST, and this version definitely is, though I've already seen other people complaining that this version is actually a little too big compared to the size of the minifigure. Though, you know, if LEGO had given us a smaller version, we would just be complaining that it's actually too small for the minifigure, because you can't really keep LEGO fans happy, myself included. I don't know. Are you really happy after 30 years old? It's hard to say. But you know, the walker's got some decent articulation in the legs. I actually really like this little seat that the pilot sits in. It's got these antennas hanging out the back, which I think is actually a really classic piece of this little walker because it really gives it the distinct look. But otherwise, I actually really like the look of this little walker. I wish the top would pivot, but it's really only attached via this single cylinder piece, so it can't move around that much. But I do like this top piece in overall look and design. There's a little spot back here for some binoculars and for blaster storage, which I always like when LEGO includes because it gives you a spot to put the blaster for the trooper who is busy driving the vehicle. You've also got a single stud shooter here, which I could take or leave, but I don't know, for a walker, I guess it fits where it is. Overall, I like this little vehicle. I'm not going to be displaying it proudly on my shelves, but I don't have shelves in this house anyway because I'm still in the process of moving, so I don't know, I wouldn't display it if I did have shelves, and I'm not going to anyway. Like I mentioned earlier, a large reason that this set will be so popular is for the minifigures. Starting off with this guy, this is the all-new 501st Clone Trooper. And we get 3 of these guys in this set, which I think people are happy about if they are into army building. At least I assume they're happy with it. I think he's a pretty good looking figure. Let me know if you guys like this figure, or if it somehow fell short of your army building expectations. I don't know. Personally, I think he looks fine. All of the clones in this set have this new headpiece, which more closely resembles the look of the clones in the animated series, as well as the actor who portrayed the clones in the movies. One of our clones also comes with this longer blaster rifle, or as I guess I will call it, a sniper rifle, which I think looks pretty good, being made of only 2 pieces. The final member of our Clone Trooper lineup is this Jet Trooper, who I think looks pretty good. He's got an all-blue jetpack there. He has a unique torso and helmet piece to the other clones, though the rest of him is the same. And I don't know, without checking the accuracy of how he looks or fits into the actual Clone Wars series, I think it's a pretty good-looking minifigure. Also included in this set are a couple of battle droids that aren't really worth talking about. The build for this set was good. It was definitely a little more involved than a usual battle pack build, because these vehicles were much larger than what would normally come with a battle pack. These vehicles, because they were kind of small and they were made up of a whole bunch of small pieces, kind of reminded me of a microfighter build, but on a slightly larger scale. Though I guess if I think about it, that's kind of every build, because it's little pieces that you put together to make a larger build. So in that sense, I guess it's like saying that this build reminded me of a Lego build, which, if that's what you're expecting, then looks like you'll have your expectations met. I know I did. What's that? The speed build stopped a while ago? Okay, build 7.7 out of 10. So my final thoughts on this set: minifigures, good. BARC speeder, good. ATRT walker, pretty good. Battle droids, roger. Honestly, I don't want to say this set is overhyped, but I think some of the hype will probably lead to a shortage of this set, or at least a perceived shortage of this set, so when people actually see it in stores, they're going to be more likely to buy it. Honestly, that was a big part of why I bought this set the day it was released, just so I could have one in case there is an actual shortage. Though I think LEGO is pretty good at predicting demand for new sets, and so they will probably put a good amount of these out on shelves. So for only $30, I think this set is definitely worth picking up. You get 4 great looking figures, 2 good looking vehicles, plus a couple of battle droids. I don't think there's much negative to say here. So I think the only reason not to buy this set would be if you weren't really a big fan of Clone Wars, or if you haven't watched it yet, or if you didn't have any money, or I guess if you didn't like LEGO, or didn't buy LEGO at all. In which case, why are you watching this video? It certainly isn't just for me, but I guess if it is, how you doing? Thanks. So in conclusion, this set is pretty good, and you should buy it. If you want to. I don't know. I'm not your dad. Unless I am your dad, which is actually a very real possibility, because my kid watches my videos a lot. It's actually very cute. He calls it Daddy Show. He says, I want to watch Daddy Show. Put on Daddy Show. And honestly, he accounts for like 40% of my total views. Honestly, I'm really not that popular. It's mostly just my kids putting my videos on over and over again. But I gotta say, if my kids were my only viewers, I'd still do the same thing. I'd still make videos. Honestly, guys, being a dad, greatest joy in the world. Nothing like it. I couldn't recommend it more. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Anyway, let me know what you think about this set down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. All right, stand still. You ready? On 3. 1, 2.
Oh!
Oh, quiet, you're fine.
Oh, it hurts.
Can't hurt that bad. How is it hurting if it's on the outside of your armor?
I don't know, this was your idea.
I don't know. I get lost in these bits. It's really just like almost an idea that I have, and then it doesn't usually turn into a very good joke.
You think anyone actually makes it this far into the video?
Honestly, I don't know if anyone makes it more than 10 seconds into a video.
You just said your kid watches all your videos?
Yeah, my son does, but he doesn't know how to work TV yet, so he doesn't really have a choice.
I wouldn't watch this.
Got any plans for the weekend?
Nah, not really. I was just gonna stand here in this same spot, in this same pose.